All right, guys, today we're going to do 11.3 equations with exponents. And we are talking about solving equations that have squared variables today. So solving equations that have squared variables. When you are solving an equation that contains a squared variable, you must take the square root of both sides of the equations because that undoes the squaring because they are the inverse operations of one another. You don't know if the quantity that is being squared is positive or negative. So both are possible solutions, or both are solutions to the equation. So if we're taking the square root of x squared, that could give us either plus or minus x. Okay, example number 1 says solve x squared is equal to 16. Very straightforward. We need to undo the squaring so we get x by itself. If I take the square root of the left side, I have to take the square root of the right side. I don't know if this x is positive or negative, so x is going to be equal to plus or minus 4. Okay, example number 2, solve x squared is equal to 49. Take the square root of both sides. Again, I don't know if this is positive or negative, so x is equal to plus or minus, oh, why am I writing that? Plus or minus 7. Example number 3, x squared minus 4 is equal to negative 3. First step to solve this is going to be to undo the subtraction of 4 on the left-hand side. So I need to add 4 to both sides. X squared is equal to 1. Take the square root of both sides to undo the squaring, and x is equal to plus or minus 1, because the square root of 1 is 1. Okay, skill check number 1 here. I'm going to tackle number 1 and number 4. X squared is equal to 81. Simply take the square root of both sides. X is equal to plus or minus 9 in that case. Number 4, 15 is equal to x squared plus 6. First thing I have to do is subtract 6 from both sides. 9 is equal to x squared now, because those 6's are gone. 15 minus 6 is 9. Take the square root of both sides, and x is equal to plus or minus 3. If you want to tackle number 2 on your own, you should get x is equal to plus or minus 6. Sorry, that was number 2. And number 3, you should get x is equal to plus or minus 5. Okay, example number 4, 3x squared minus 12 is equal to 18. We're going to add 12 to both sides to undo the subtraction of 12 on the left-hand side. 3x is now equal to 30. Now we're going to, whoops, I forgot to put that squared there. Now we're going to divide both sides by 3 to undo the multiplication of x squared by 3. We get x squared is equal to 10. Take the square root of both sides. That is not a perfect square, so in this case, you're going to go ahead and you are going to leave it in the radical form. And again, we don't know if that x was positive or negative, so it's plus or minus the square root of 10. Example number 5. We're going to undo the addition of 21 on the left-hand side by subtracting 21 from both sides. That gives us x squared is equal to 12 minus 21, which is negative 9. Can x squared equal negative 9? No, it cannot. Okay, it cannot equal negative 9. A square cannot equal something negative, so there is no real solution to this problem. Okay, box skill check number 2. I'm going to tackle number 1 and number 2 here. So number 1, the first thing I need to do is undo the subtraction of 14. So I add 14 to both sides. That gives me x squared is equal to 63. I'm going to take the square root of both sides to undo the squaring, and x is equal to plus or minus square root of 63. You can just leave it like that. Over on number 2, I'm going to undo the addition of 41 by subtracting 41 from both sides. That's going to give me 6x squared is equal to negative 24. I'm just going to stop right here. I'm not going to do any more. Even if I divide both sides by 6, that gives me x squared is equal to negative 4. I can't have x squared equal to something negative, so there is no real solution to number 2. If you want to tackle number 3 on your own for practice, you should get x is equal to plus or minus 3. And number 4, x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 11. That's this lesson. That's it.